Hello, I'm here with Jill, the host of the Roundtable today. Thank you so much for doing
You're
this.
very welcome. Very welcome.
So, Jill made a bunch of wonderful points during the Roundtable, and I just kind of wanted to go through them as much as we both can remember.
Exactly.
But one of the things I want you to explain, because I've never owned a business. The most I've ever done business-wise is a little bit of photography on the side. I've never had to pay anyone or anything like that. And so from your perspective, what has it been like with this lockdown, owning two businesses, not even one?
Well, first of all, you have to be very confident that you can do the job. When we were notified in March that we were going to have to close our businesses, our dining rooms, like I said to somebody else, my heart sunk. You know, where do we go? We have employees. We have not just our employees, but we have our guests, our employees and their families, and also my family. And what are we going to do to make sure that we take care of them? We at first thought we were only going to be closed 2 weeks. And then it ended up being 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. And during that time, we just kept waiting and waiting for somebody to tell us what we can do, what we need to plan. Because you just can't all of a sudden order food. You just can't all of a sudden order your small wares. You have to have a plan in place. So when we were finally told our plan, we realized that it was going to be a lot of expenses. It really is. Changing out your utensils every 30 minutes. You have to buy 3 and 4 sets of utensils for our buffet bars because we do operate a buffet. You have to make sure that you have gloves and sanitizer. You also have to make sure that you have a sanitation person going around your restaurant to make sure things are being sanitized at the table and at the doors and everywhere. So then you add additional labor. And then on top of that, the food costs are just astronomical now. So by opening our business up into the dining room, we knew that our costs were going to go completely skyrocket. But it was something that we wanted to do, and we're having to watch every little penny we make or we earn so that we can make sure that we're able to pay our employees so they can keep their jobs.
Right. So it doesn't sound like you have a problem with complying with the rules, the regulations. It's more so the effects of those things.
It is. My first job is to make sure that our employees and our guests are safe. And we've done that through the years. We just celebrated our 50th anniversary. And one of my big, huge focuses is cleanliness and safety. And that's always been a huge part of our business. I don't have a problem with making sure our customers are safe.
Right.
What my problem is the plan that was put into place. In some aspects, it's not realistic. It's very difficult. And what would happen if I'd only been open a year? But I have been open 50 years for our family. And we were able to do that. We have the experience. And I think through this virus and all of the issues we're going through, that it's going to take strong-minded business people to keep their businesses open. And that's kind of where I've been trying to help other businesses and saying, okay, let's get together. We've had meetings here. What are you doing? What are you not doing? How can we work together to make sure we all survive?
So have you talked to any other business owners who may have, unfortunately, been open for only a year and they're hurting right now?
Yes. Unfortunately, I know of maybe 2 or 3 in Wayne County, and it's very sad. Especially our bars. Our bars downtown. A friend of mine is planning on opening back in March her bar that she's been working on. It's a wine bar, and it's a great little place. She hasn't been able to open yet.
Right.
And it's very sad. They put their life savings into a business to open, and they can't open it yet. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think of business owner, and they think mega rich dollars, but that's not necessarily the case.
Especially nowadays, as my father said, he used to be able to open up the doors and let the air conditioning flow out. Oh no, you seal those doors really tight now because every penny that comes in is already allotted to something else. Right. The cost of doing business now the increases are enormous.
Right.
Yeah.
So have you heard anything on the ground, like when your customers come in, some of your employees maybe, or maybe other business owners that are just like, they don't know what to do, or is it positive? Is it negative? What are you hearing?
We're hearing a big mix of things. We have had several customers come in that because I am asking them to wear a mask inside the business and while they're eating, not to wear it. You can't eat through a mask. Take your mask off. I have to put the straw up to my mouth a couple of times to shake a chip with mask on, but they refuse to come in. They said, we're not going to come in there if you're going to mandate that we have to wear a mask. I said, I'm not mandating, I'm just asking you. And then I've had other customers that say, well, if you're not going to make people wear it, we're not going to come in. So it's a very sticky situation that we're in the business, because I'm not going to refuse service to anyone. I mean, you can't. You don't wear a mask, I'm not going to say you can't come in. I have been told in other businesses that I cannot come in if I'm not wearing a mask. So we're all concerned because we're all still not knowing. Right. It's the fear of not knowing, and I'm a planner. And like I said earlier, is that if we can just have a plan, and a common sense plan, a realistic plan, we can deviate from it. But when you don't have a plan, there's chaos, and no one is leading, especially the hospitality industry right now, as far as saying, okay, we're fighting for this, we're doing this. They may be in the larger cities, but in Goldsboro, Wayne County, we're fighting on our own. Right. So we got together, and we're working together as restaurants and bars and hospitality in Wayne County with our county commissioners.
And it doesn't sound like you care about the political divide either. You don't care about the party thing.
No, I really don't care, because right now, whether you're Republican or Democrat, Libertarian, Independent, whatever you are, this is business. I'm afraid that what's happening is that people are putting politics over our constituents in the states. They're putting it over North Carolinians. And right now, North Carolinians are suffering. Doesn't matter. We need to get this economy back going, and we need to make sure that we're taking care of the small farmer, the small business owner, because we're being forgotten. And so we're having to do it on our own, which shows strength that we're a strong North Carolinian also.
Good. So you're at Pizza Inn. Cooper walks through the door, okay? He gets a sweet tea. You sit down with him. What do you say to him?
Are you sure he didn't order unsweet?
It may be unsweet because he's been in New York a lot.
Sorry about that one. First, I'd like to ask him what his thinking was when all of this went and happened. Why was the hospitality industry such a focal point? Mandy Cohen, she constantly talked about restaurant, bars, restaurants. Why? Because in my opinion, after going through these last few weeks of 50%, we could have been doing this all along. We could have easily been operating our businesses the same way. It hasn't stopped the spike. It's just, it's hard to know that I can go into any other business and be like sardines. And at a restaurant where it's a controlled environment. Right. That we weren't able to help facilitate that controlled environment. And he didn't ask. He didn't ask anybody other than outside of his little circle. Right. And I think that would be my biggest question to him, is to ask, why did you not talk to the people outside of your little circle? Why not talk to the small business owners and ask them, how would you do it? I'm very fortunate that in Wayne County, my county commissioners and city council members, and even our local health department, we met here and we talked about how do you think you're going to handle this, Jill? And we worked together and made decisions that when we are able to open our buffet back when we were, we came up with a common sense solution that was good for everyone. And my question is, why didn't he? Why did we have to do it at the county level? Honestly, it should have been handled at the county level all along.
So there you have it, folks. These business owners, they want good leadership. They want communication, and they want the counties to handle the counties. Don't think that's too much to ask, but I guess it is. Thank you so much, Jill. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.